Hello, one and all. Welcome. Welcome, everybody who's here. Happy to have you here. I'm Enviroboy. You're welcome to call me Scott. We're gonna play some Subnautica today. There are about 7 minutes of lost footage due to me having all kinds of encoding errors, but I've spent some time working on my setup here in OBS, and it appears that I've solved the problem, hopefully this time in a more permanent fashion than before, but I suppose time will tell as we continue to play. All you missed previously was me getting frustrated because I kept pressing the wrong button to try and fix the butt moth, and then hi. And then me spending time going to one place that I've already explored and realizing that I've already explored it. So now we're here. We're essentially beginning the process of just exploring and collecting just about everything that we can on this map. We're gonna treat the game as though we're just a giant treasure hunt because we're at a point that oh, I have the wrong tool out, probably the issue here. We're at a point now in this game where I've managed to back myself into a corner because the story processes that are happening in the game are kind of largely not leading me anywhere anymore. I've followed the ends, and either they've led to nothing or I'm too stupid to understand what has happened. Either way, the result is the same, where it's time for us to do a bit more exploring and finding what we can find around here. Go into our pixelated shadows and wonder what the heck happened to us. Why am I looking like this? Oh God. But we'll access all of the goods and find what we can down here, because as it stands, we're nothing more than a stranded individual without much else to think about or do or know or understand. Explorer, we have a vehicle that's prepared to have weapons on it, though it doesn't presently have weapons on it. And we can just kind of explore and wander freely, perhaps finding a few different upgrades and stuff, but mostly it just seems like we need to find whatever the game decides it wants us to have that we don't have yet, or what any of those things may or may not be yet. We find ourselves inside of a place that largely offers us nothing, probably by the looks of it, because we've been there before. But that's okay, because we also have a new place that we can check. We can see the picture, the same picture of the one woman that makes us wonder just who was this woman, and why was everyone so in love with her? Perhaps she was a goddess of some sort, a goddess of space and time. Picked up something. What did we pick up? That apparently is as of nothing. We have explored and found everything there is for us to find, and so we find other things like that amount to nothing and find ourselves disappointed, because you would think that perhaps, a few more things could have, survived in such a big shit. Like a human survived, man. Why can't any of these pieces of metal that would actually be worth something have survived? That would have been pretty cash money of the game to have allowed for us, but alack and alas, we are not granted such privileges, and instead we find ourselves, no, I did not want that. I want to end with a sea moth. I don't know what's trying to consume me at this point in time, but I hope it found itself filled with disappointment at the grisly, useless nothingness that is my body. Well, now it's time for us to go to the northwest, where we'll find more areas. The things that we're avoiding at this stage are mostly the big deep tunnels and stuff that would be really easy for us to be like the weird, well, not weird, just the tragic stories of people who get themselves a little too caught up in searching in caves underwater, thinking that they're invincible enough that they can survive whatever nonsense is down there, and instead they just kind of get themselves trapped. And it almost sounds as though I'm joking when I say that, but the reality is it is a thing that happens, and it's tragic, and we'll avoid that as long as we can, though I suspect that that is ultimately what this game will want from us. It'll want us to be brave and explore the worlds that are in existence in this place, and find whatever findable things there are for that, as weird wobble cat roly-poly sharks wander around and attack fish and possibly eat us, offering all kinds of confusion and disturbing nonsense. LifePod 17 seems to have been largely explored and identified, and so we'll move on as we check off everything we can from these maps. There's the roly-poly shark. You see what I mean? Like, it's got the little legs and everything. Like, what the crap is that weird, freaky little thing? What about these guys, man? What's going on with this guy? This weird anglerfish-looking guy that keeps coming after. What's the point of your headlight, dude? Aren't those supposed to, like, draw the fish to you? Why are you attacking me? You've got the fish equivalents of a chihuahua's energy just going after us for absolutely no reason at all, man. It's crazy what you're doing here. At any rate, we'll just continue through here and see what else we can find of value. We find another shipwreck and see what there is to find in this shipwreck. Recognizing that this is a big chunk, man, and so this is kind of exactly a high-risk location of exactly what we were talking about. Where you get yourself all big for your britches, start swimming around and thinking like, it's fine, I'm gonna be totally fine in here. It doesn't matter that the sharks are coming after me. They're nothing. They're nothing. I'll be protected on the inside. And then you go on the inside and you're exploring and having a great time, and suddenly you realize, oh my god, I haven't breathed in like 15 minutes. Oh god. But at any rate, we'll continue to just scan and collect what we can from these things, creating ourselves a nice large radius of things we've explored and found as we go and figure out what the crap happened to all of our crewmates and our ships and everything. You can see that we still have some of our little things like all pilot around, and can, in theory, continue to find stuff for those, but those things are things we've already made, so there's not really a whole lot of purpose to it. I would just pick up our salvage and stuff and just keep exploring here and seeing what all we can find to make it worth our while. Here are the sharks. Yikes, get in the thing, man. Oh my god. That was a close one, man. Get out of here. Oh god. Oh god, it's like inside the ship with us. What do we do, man? I'm freaking out right now. Oh, he looks a little confused too. What a wild situation that was, man. Okay, anyways. Now we're back to being able to explore. Looks like that might be our way in here, friends and lovers, if we go in through here and see what there is to find. Nope, it's just a way around underneath. There's absolutely nothing of value or import to going that direction. So that was a complete and utter bust, as the game continues to mess with us and make it impossible to understand what the crap is going on here, man. But this is the fun of exploring. You never know what you will or won't find. We have an entryway up here. Perhaps this will lead us into many other cool, fun, exciting things for us to explore and find. You can see there seems to be some sort of error here, but it doesn't actually give us more air as our air continues to be used. Oh god, that's dangerous. Anyways, find the PDA, figure out what's happening with this one.
New PDA data.
We'll go and read that when we get into our shuttle here. We'll keep ourselves nice and safe and figure out what that was all about. Degassi Crew Manifest, Marguerite Maida. Auxiliary Search and Rescue Mission. Marguerite Maida, position freelance security personnel, status lost in space near planet 4546b. Rolls right off the tongue. Age at time of disappearance, 42. Mercenary, born in the Mongolian states. Experienced on ship-to-ship and close-quarters combat techniques, just like one might expect from a Mongol. Is it weird for us to be holding on to old judgments and assumptions about people when we're this far into the presumptive future with a sci-fi thing? Probably not. It's a very human thing to judge one another because we get so fixated on our own shortcomings and we feel bad about it, but one of the easiest ways to feel better about it is to assume worse things about other people, because then you don't actually have to work on yourself. You can just make your own shortcomings seem lesser, and frankly, that's just a problematic mentality, so it's something for us to all think about. Tours of duty with the Mongolian Defense Force and the Trans-System Federation. That's very forward-thinking of the system. Dishonorably discharged from the TSF 15 years ago for going off mission. just like the Mongols. Emissary Khazar reports Maida was hired to accompany Bal Torgol on board the Degassi into uncharted space and defend the ship in case of assault by pirates or rival corporation. And now that we have effectively upset anyone of Mongolian descent on my channel, alienating a potential source of viewers, we can proceed and recognize that there's probably not much else for us to find around here. We found the wreck. We found some stuff here. What is this thing? I don't know what that is. And there's one other thing that might be worth finding somewhere around here as we'll continue to search. Might find some of these things here. See what's in and around all of this stuff. We might find salvage to pick up and utilize for various projects and upgrades and other silly little art things like, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll make a rose or a daffodil like at the end of that one District 9 movie. You know, the one where the guy turns into an alien and everyone's all like, that's how it works. We know that's how it works. That's everything all about it. It's a realistic thing. It's sci-fi. Of course, now you're thinking, well, of course it's not realistic, you idiot. It's science fiction, man. You're supposed to, you know, have like some suspension of belief going on here, so that way you could just enjoy the story for what it is. It's a salient tale about the troubles and tribulations of things like apartheid. That movie. It's like it's got bigger things going on than just like whether or not it's realistic for a man to just from the inside out turn into a bug. And it's like, you know, we accept the concept of, like, the human fly. Why can't we accept that? To which I reply, I never said I accepted that movie, The Human Fly. I never accepted Jeff Goldblum could be a fly man. That wasn't me, man. But also, like, that's also a fair cop. I understand the concepts here. And now we're at a weird position where I just seem to be arguing with myself. And that's, you know, something that we can just recognize as, you know, what I'm doing here now. Is it anything that we need to fixate on anymore? Probably not, but I'll still do it because I don't know anything else to say at this moment. I'm really bad at what I do. I'm trying to make sure there's not anything else. This place seems too big for us to have already found everything, you know? Like, it's such a huge pile of junk that, like, I feel like I should be finding more. Do I have all the pieces of the bioreactor? I do. So I'm still scanning these. I know I don't have any more pieces to find, but I don't remember what all things I've found all of the parts of. So now there's just all kinds of crap everywhere, and I don't know what to do with it, man. Okay, alright, I think we found everything. It's probably best for me to just go make sure that I don't lose track of my vehicle or drown or whatever. I'll just check over here. I haven't looked over here yet. Okay, no, that's all she wrote, it would appear. Unless there's something in there, man. Oh, okay, no, it doesn't appear so. Okay, I think maybe we can call it good. This weird bulbous chunk of spaceship that, I'm gonna be honest, I can't even begin to fathom what on earth this would be as far as a ship goes. Like, is it an engine? How is it simultaneously so big and vacuous, but also so tiny and not explorable? Like, how is it that I can't just slowly chip away at this thing for resources? What's the difference between all of the other salvage fragments everywhere? I don't know, man. It's just, it's everywhere, and there's nothing at all. But we can go over here and we can just return. We've got to manage our inventory. Prepare yourselves, dear viewers. This is exactly what this game play is going to be for a while. Me exploring and contemplating the nothingness of whatever unhelpful thoughts cross my mind, because I don't have a much direction in this game at this stage. I've kind of done a lot of exploring and we've made a lot of progress on things, but now it's kind of like, what's left to do, man? Like, we can just keep exploring and finding stuff, but like there's no one's telling us where to go. We had like one voice log that was like, find this place, but we can't even properly do that because the voice log the data was like corrupted or something ridiculous like that. So now we're just stuck here just exploring, repairing our things. We can go into our shelter and see what there is to find. Actually, while I'm doing that, though, let's grab some fish so we can drink and eat and all that kind of stuff. Oh, no, the inventory's full. I can't even do that yet. That was the whole point of going in there. There's our shroom. I picked that up. Nope, the inventory's too full even for that. All right, so we return, having accomplished very, very little. But what else is new? Drink up our waters. Find the potatoes and the lanterns. These things grow so fast, man. It's crazy how fast. How was our inventory full? I just drank a bunch of crap. Okay, all right, okay. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up here. Go ahead and make ourselves some titanium. We'll just make the titanium so we can store those up. I don't know if we'll need the ingots more than the titanium itself, so we'll just store all that in our little storage cabinets, our wonderful, glorious little cabinets of storage. Could also see if there are more things for us to make in here that might be kind of helpful to have. See, now we can just slam all this stuff into the locker. It's going to be like a cartoon next time we open it up, man. There's just going to be stuff spilling out everywhere. And we're going to be like, oh, God, where did it all come from? Doesn't seem logical that it could fit in here. Oh, jeez. We'll look at our... Can we... This one could use a battery replacement. Go ahead and... Oh, shoot. And do that and change the battery. And then we'll come in here and pull a fresh one out and put a fresh... that not so fresh one in there to start charging. Honestly, it kind of maybe this one and the Sea Glide would also make sense for us to go ahead and just repair them since we're here anyway. Do that one, or replace them, I should say. We'll take out one more. Put in the one that could use charging, and then do the same thing. Because as everybody understands, the best part of any game is the maintenance aspect of things. When you just have to sit there and do the tedium of life. The things that none of us actually like doing, but for some reason it ends up feeling a little different when you're doing it for like a, you know, a game or whatever. Okay, it's sources and wrecks within range. Oh, sweet. Sweet baby. This is an awesome one. Why haven't I done this one yet before? Let's go make one of those. We need 5 titanium, 2 copper ore. Wait, hold on. We can just... Wait. No. God. No. Gosh darn it, man. Oh, we need it because I would need to do it there. Okay, 5 titanium, 2 copper ore, a gold, and a table coral sample. We can do that. Shoot. Dang it. No. Yeah. We have the table coral? Yeah, we do. All right, we needed 5 titanium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. We needed 1 gold, and now we need to find copper. We got 2 copper. Sick, man. We're gonna go make a sweet little scanner room. This is gonna be cool. Go to make the scanner room. It's so big. Oh, God. All right, if we put the scanner room, I want to, like, it would be nice if we could have it be like a... somehow actually connected to things. Can we not? Everything gets in the way, man. Oh, jeez. What if we put this over here and we can't? What's the... I don't understand the struggle here, trying to find a good place to put this guy. Hold on, what if we put him, like, right there? Go ahead and construct the scanner room, just kind of floating above everything. Stays put and it can do anything that it wants to do. We do that. Have ourselves a scanner room. How do we, is this something that we enter, or what's the deal with that thing? Can we go inside? No, but it just kind of sits there, I guess. Cancel that. What if we wanted to just like build a horizontal too? Can we build something like that between them? No, of course not. Of course we can't do that. That would be ridiculous. Simply have our scanner room. Yeah, and it just sits there and does its thing. Nobody knows what happens inside of a scanner room. It is a mystery that no one could possibly ever understand the wonders of. It's simply there, and now we have it, and it seems to have done largely nothing. So that's great. It was a wonderful use of resources, and now we can go back to getting ourselves some, like, fish to eat and everything. And that's great in its own right, I suppose. Grab a few of those as this guy kind of spazzes out and does his own thing. Grab these. I want to grab one more to make more water if we can. Come here, you. Come here, you. Alright. go make ourselves some water, and then we'll just continue to explore. One would have thought the scanner room would have been more meaningful. Camera. What is... Pick up the camera drone. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what that is doing for us, but there we go. Have another camera drone showing up somewhere or something, I guess. Whatever the heck that means. What does this do? A controllable camera. Oh, so we can go and explore things. Alright, well, we can keep that on hand. I suppose that could be handy in its own right. Or maybe not. Who knows? No one could ever possibly know the answer to these questions. They are mysteries meant to confuse, befuddle, and upset us. And that's something we have to contend with at all times. We make the waters, all the waters we can make. They'll be good for us to have. We'll drink like one of them before we leave, and then we'll go about doing more exploring, as the hero of a story will do. Now it's nothing but dull nonsense as we consume. And in fact, I'm not even going to drink the water, man. We're doing great with that. Alright, so we've got that. I'm going to store our little things here. These things have proven to be wildly unuseful and disinteresting. I still don't know what a non-functional microscope is for. I don't know why we have it or what we would do with it, but we have it now, and that's just something that we'll have to accept in our lives. That we have useless equipment that just hangs out and takes up inventory space. Hello, fishies. If we wanted to build any other interior modules, what do we have? Vehicle upgrade console, large room partition. Can make a bioreactor, compose organic matter into electrical energy. I'm not entirely sure I know what the function of that would be. What we would rather have is the containment and the nuclear reactor when we can find the pieces to that. But for now, we return to the Butt Moth on our maiden voyages, exploring whatever we can find, and just generally speaking, enjoying the chilled nature of this as really pretty much exactly that, you know, just like a fun exploration. Hold on, I gotta check my map and make sure that I've got things checked off that I don't need to worry about hunting here. I don't know if we've been to Rec 18, which is kind of to the, I don't know, northwest of here. Go there. What is that? We've got a camera. Another camera over there. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We've got other things going on. Come over here, and we'll see if we can find ourselves the bit of wreckage that's somewhere around in here. I'm not exactly sure where it would be, but and try to find and look around here. As my cat loses her mind and freaks out around. Oh, that's probably it. This seems like exactly the kind of wreckage that would show itself up on a game map that's informing me what's going on with all of this place. So let's come in here, find ourselves some sick creature egg. I don't know what that is, but we've got it, and now it's ours, and we can raise it to be our ally, our minion, as we gradually find ways to become the true and proper and largely singular masters of this planet that we've been stranded on, abandoned and left to die by our people who, in all fairness to them, probably don't realize that we're gone right now, you know, because like anyone who had an idea got blown the crap up. So, you know, here we are just trying to figure things out on our own, and you know, it's like one of those things where, of course, a guy could get pretty bitter about this. It's a pretty bad situation, but at the same time, what does that accomplish for anyone just being upset and angry about stuff? Oh, sweet Jesus, we found something in here. Let's go in and get it, man. What did we find? I opened the data box, man. What did we get? Is it good? Is it useful? Nope, it's absolutely nothing. We could use the repair tool. That's sick. Where's the repair tool? There's that. What's gonna happen as we slowly bend these wires back into place? Are we gonna shock and kill ourselves? No one knows. But we've repaired it, and now we can open the door. That was an interesting thing that they had us do there, and it looks like it might have amounted to absolutely nothing. And find a grav trap fragment that perhaps we can scan. But why, to what end? Because we already have the grav traps. So we find the goods in here that aren't really all that good. They're just the titanium bits that, you know, it'll probably be useful in the long run, but also for right now, it's just kind of like, I was really hoping for something a bit more neat and exciting, but them's the breaks when you become an underwater alien sea vessel treasure hunter. I am the pirate of the alien oceans, and the beggars can't be choosers after all. Like, you know, things are just what they are, and it's not like we were just carrying big giant bags of gold with us while we were sailing all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, we're just guys, people going and searching for a planet, or traveling and shipping stuff. Like, it's not like we were some sort of weird antique mall bus traveling everywhere. Like, what do you think this is, the Antiques Roadshow? No way, man. We've got other things that we're doing. So when we go and try to find all of the stuff left behind, of course it's not going to be all that spectacular. It's just normal old boring old stuff, man. It's just the stuff that no one knows what to do with or what we would even want for it, and that's all, man. That's all she wrote. Okay, I'm trying to figure out on my the map that I have where a good place to go would be. It doesn't largely matter. We're just kind of exploring and seeing what all we can find around here. I suppose if we go to the east now, we can find some other interesting things that we may or may not have already found. I'm doing my best to explore more thoroughly the areas we've already been. To start off by cleaning out that part of my, you know, of my world here, and understanding what we could have possibly missed and not found, or found and not picked up. Just systematically cleaning out whatever there is to find as best we can, although there's only so much that we can do for all of that. But, you know, until we find something else dramatic, we don't really have a whole lot of other stuff to find and worry about here. We just, you see, we can find these little bits and scraps, and, you know, what worth are they? It's, who knows? These look like they're just more grav traps, man. So it's really just a matter of scanning them to take whatever metal crap we can from them. And so it's great and fine, and I don't want to be a complaining Calvin here, but also, what good is any of this stuff, man? We already got all this stuff. Why are there so many pieces? I guess it's to make sure that we can still find the things that we need, even if we don't find the specific one, which is probably good for them, because as we've complained about countless times with this game, they decided that a map would be just a little too unrealistic for us to have in this type of situation. We are better off just accepting that we don't have anything of any way to mark where we've been or where we're going. We are, as Cotton Eye Joe, leaving those to wonder, where did we come from and where did we go? It is an enigma of the world and life, and the plight of a seafaring, treasure hunting individual trying to find his lonely old way in the world. You know, probably just not having a whole lot of success with it. That's just the way it goes. Mark off all of these things that we've found already, as we don't need to try and find them anymore. We head perhaps a little to the northeast, the east northeasterly direction. We may find other valuable things that we can scan for bits. Radiation detected. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put on our, where's our radiation helmet? Put that one on. See what we can find. What's causing this radiation? Hopefully it's something interesting and not just a bunch of, like, useless goo like a Zemoth fragment. Clearly we don't need more of those, but we might as well while we're here. Scan it off and figure out what we're finding and what's causing all this radiation. And why it doesn't seem to bother anything else. Why are we, like, sitting here melting while all the other sea creatures are like, it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing bad about what's happening here to us. We can handle all of it. Okay, at any rate, it's probably, with a full inventory, time for us to go back to our little area and regroup and recharge everything, and then we'll continue on from there. It's a fun thing, trying to explore. It might end up being kind of a quick thing at this point in time. I don't know how much how much there is left in this whole little old world that we're trying to explore and understand why we're here and what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, who could even possibly know these things? They're just an enigma that the game itself is disinterested in answering for us. But alack and alas, we'll continue to explore. Our inventory is completely full. We can't even grab a bladderfish. What is a man to do when he can't even grab a bladderfish? It's a tale as old as time, a question as old as, you know, anything else. And can make all of these useless things that we're disinterested in. That's fine, I suppose. Ployables, we don't need any of them. We can come in here, and again, we'll just put some of our raw materials in. Fill it up as much as we can. Go to the next one and do the same thing. Fill it up with all this nonsense. Got the camera drone we can hold on to and the creature egg, an unidentified egg. I don't know what that is. We don't know what it might end up having. And we can't store it in there. We need to manufacture a new locker. Crap. Oh, what do we need for a locker now? Always more things. More to be done. More to try and figure out. No answers. A million questions. Titanium and quartz. Find the quartz. Find some titanium. And we make ourselves a new locker. One that can hold more biological things. Because, like, we gotta put them somewhere, man. Why not a locker? We make the locker, and we gently tuck our creature egg. It'll probably be fine, even if it's an underwater thing. But alas, it is probably time to say thank you for joining. We love and appreciate every single one of you. When exploring things and trying to figure out what your purpose in life is, consider the possibility that perhaps your purpose is or can be found by simply roaming the ocean floor and finding a bunch of trash. At the very least, then you've made the environment a bit cleaner, and that in and of itself is a purpose. So, there you go. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. But not forever, just like for now. Goodbye. For a little while. You know. Until tomorrow, because I have other videos lined up, but if you only watch the Subnauticas, then I think based on when this one will probably release, it'll be in like 2 or 3 days. So, you know, only goodbye for them. More of us see you later. But even that's kind of a question mark, because it's not like we see each other. Or something. Goodbye.